freedom of speech, the right to choose, even women's rights. These are all opportunities that living in this country has offered us. But what if you were a part of a culture that didn't provide any of these opportunities? What if you were a part of a culture that didn't give freedom of speech, that didn't give you the right to choose, and still mistreated women? Does a culture like that even exist? Now I'm sure some of you are sitting there thinking, yeah, sure it does. We see it on TV all the time. It's those crazy Middle Easterns that throw rocks and stuff and yell. What are they yelling? I don't know. Probably go make me a sandwich in Arabic or something. Over the past years, there's been this crazy depiction that Islam oppresses women. I can personally say Islam does not oppress women. Now I can stand here and provide ways and throw facts at you that proves this, but to be honest, I'd rather just give you my personal perspective of what being a Muslim woman is like. However, before I get into any of that, I feel I need to elaborate a little bit more on what it means to be a Muslim and its relations to Islam. Now, according to Oxford's American Immigration, published in 2001, the word Muslim means one who submits. Now, according to seekersguidance.org, March 20, 2012, the word Islam means submission to God, or in Arabic, Allah. So initially, someone who practices Islam is a Muslim. And if you're a Muslim, you're submitting yourself to God. Now, what that means exactly is, if God says don't drink alcohol, you say, okay, we won't drink alcohol. If God says a woman must cover up and just conservatively, okay, we'll cover up. God says don't eat pork, turkey bacon, awesome. But what does this mean exactly to a Muslim woman? Now, one of the main depictions that a person has is the way a woman dresses. For some reason, the way a woman dresses discusses what they can do in life. Apparently, if you show more clothes, that means you're more free. If you show more skin, it means you're more free. And if you show less skin, it means you're limited to everything else in life. Now, I'm not so sure about that, but I can tell you why a Muslim woman is required to dress conservatively. One example I could give you is myself. Now, as you can see, I'm not showing that much skin, but I think the main thing that stands out is my head wrapping. Well, there's many names for this. You can call it a veil, you can call it a head wrap if you wish. The most common name for it is a hijab, and its purpose is to cover my hair. Now, the only reason why women in Islam have to cover up is for preservation only. Let's face it. Doesn't matter what culture you're in, women are just drop dead gorgeous. It's no wonder why someone likes to cover it up. Now I have some more examples that I pulled up from IslamicFinder.org, March 20, 2012, that I'd like to show you. I don't know if you can all see it, but this is called a hijab. It looks like a jacket, it's very long, and it covers a woman's whole body. This hides the shape a little bit more. Second one is a burqa. I know this seems very common that you see Muslim women wearing, however, it is the least common that you will ever find any woman practicing Islam to wear. It's a burqa. This also covers the body, but in addition, it covers the face as well. This is not a burqa. This is a ninja. Very similar to a burqa, but so not a burqa. Now, another depiction that people have against women is they say that they're forced into marriage and they become a slave of their home. This is not true. In Islam, for both men and women, you are allowed to choose anyone that you want to marry. Now, as far as being a slave to your own home and mistreating a woman, that is also not true. In fact, Islam discusses equality for both men and women, and it also states that a man must treat his wife like a queen. That's right, you make me a sandwich. Now, a third depiction that I usually face is unequal education rights. People tend to think that women are not allowed to learn in my culture. Why? I have no idea. Education is highly important in Islam, and it's been there since the beginning. Let's face it, Arabs created algebra. Come on, seriously, guys. Also, however, the reason why education is highly important, because without it, how are we going to educate our kids? So education is definitely a very important quality for anyone that practices Islam to have. Now, I've given you some examples of depictions that people face, but where are these depictions coming from? Where are we getting it? One of the main, if not the biggest source that we get these depictions is media. Now, media has this bad tendency of wanting to make everything action-packed and entertaining for everyone, and unfortunately, they lose sight of what's actually going on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it was Hollywood's job to entertain me and give me stuff like that. media is supposed to inform me. What can they do to improve this? Well, how about bringing both sides of the story? There's two sides to every story. Why just focus on one negative aspect, and it's always a negative aspect, and just talk about that? Why not mention everything that's going on? Now, another source where you can get these depictions are schools. Now, I'm not saying schools ever say anything negatively, but perhaps schools can elaborate more on Islam and what it does. I mean, English professors teach it all the time. They're always saying, oh, know your secondary sources and know your primary sources, where you get your information. Why not apply that to life? And why not know who, the what's, the where's, and when's of where you're getting your information? And that is the key thing, which brings me to you as individuals. What is your role in all this, and what can you do? Now, I want you to think about all the friends that you hang around with, and how many of them are diverse, and how much you actually know about them. Now, we live in a country that embraces itself as the land of the free and welcome to all, and that it is. However, no one embraces this fact. Everyone sticks to their own cliques and hangs around with their own people, and they're afraid to ask questions. There's absolutely nothing wrong with asking questions. I get asked questions all the time, and I honestly have no problem with it. If I got offended, I think that would be wrong on my part, because you only want to know. So, with that said, and I've given you reasons of what the depictions are and where they're coming from, and what you can also do. Now, if you're still hesitant in believing, well, Islam, I still think it oppresses women, well, what about me? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going against everything that these depictions are standing for. I mean, I'm practicing my religion, I'm clearly getting my education, and I'm pretty sure my voice is being heard right about now. My name is Amira, and I'm a woman of Islam, and Islam does not oppress me. Thank you.